Sometimes back, when you joined the ministry, you brought a policy that we will live long after we are all gone. This service that was initially the provincial administration that was left to us by Wazungus, and some people had thought it's not a useful service, which they wanted to abolish within the new constitution, is a service that was very locked. And it starts by employment of assistant chiefs. And when assistant chiefs are employed, other than Nairobi, they are locked to a sublocation. When the chief is employed, he is locked to a location. And since time immemorial, the assistant chiefs, all of them, were praying to God every night that may the chief die so that I can become a chief, because they will be assistant chiefs till you retire. Waziri, we want to thank you because you initiated and opened up this service. You opened up this service and gave it hope, because today, out of the policies that you have forced into the system, an assistant chief knows can become a chief, and a chief knows can become an ACC, and in this room, we have evidence of 150 of them who have been assistant chiefs and chiefs. And I remember one time when we were talking to them at APTC, we promised them that go and study. To become an assistant county commissioner, you need a degree. Go and study for a degree, a relevant one to this profession. Don't go and study something, agriculture. Study something that is relevant. 150 of them managed to join. And now it's open to them. They can become even PS of interior because the door is open. There is another policy, Waziri, I know you won't remember, but we will always remember it ourselves. You said that unless there is adequate reason and adequate explanation, all positions of chiefs that fall vacant must be filled by serving assistant chiefs. And I want to assure you, Waziri, that the RCs behind you, the SNA there, and myself have been very faithful to that directive. There is no chief who has been employed after that directive who is not an assistant chief. And I think those are the small things that happen, and people don't know that they transform a service. 5 years back, hawa watu walikuwa wanatembea kama kuku amenyeshewa. Not these particular ones. They are brothers who are already in the service. Because they didn't have hope. They didn't know what the future holds for them. But we have created policies that now makes it open. I want to keep reminding you small things that have made these people and the ones in the field, even the ones how unaona hapo, hii tukikuta hawa hii uso ilikuwa imeparara, angalia saa hii uso imenyoroka, because of small policies that Waziri we are putting. And I don't want to talk about the money, because pesa wako nayo hata ukiangalia mifuko imefura. I want to talk about policies that touch on their career progression. From assistant chief, they were locked. And I think they are employed job group A or whatever job group. And once you reach the end of job group A and the chief has not died, then it means you are stuck forever. You mark time, and obviously as a human being, when you mark time for 5 years, same salary, no hope, you become demoralized and start becoming poison to the system. Waziri, you negotiated and opened up that scheme of service. That one can grow from, I think, whatever job group up to, is it M? Without having to go for interview, without having to go, only suitability studies done by their superiors. Waziri, I know you may not have interpreted the consequence of that directive, but the directive means that these people will be in their service with hope, because they can now get promotions, and they have a reason to even go to school. They have a reason to go and take some training in computer, in whatever, because there is hope. Waziri, we want to thank you for that. Today is a day of confession. In this room, Waziri, we have 859 of the cadets and the ACCs who have been redesignated. In the Ministry of Interior, the total shortfall of establishment when we sat with Public Service Commission was actually 859. And we said, through your guidance, go and negotiate there, so that at the bottom we get 859, meaning that the number of bodies in the ministry have filled the establishment. Then we push the ones who are up to fill the establishment. Today, and I want to most sincerely thank Public Service Commission for the support. They have opened up, promoted the ones who are up, so that all the establishment from job group T all the way are filled by officers who are in the ministry, and the gaps that are left at the bottom and filled by the 859 of these people. We want to sincerely thank you, Public Service Commission, for making that possible. You may not know what you have done to this country, but what you have done to this country means, because the collapse of law and order in this country that we were witnessing, Waziri, a few years ago, was because of the historical problem of not filling these positions. And as a consequence, we had a lot of sublocations not manned, a lot of locations, all the way the administrative units not manned. And there was no way you are going to keep law and order when you don't have a commander. And I think through this intervention, now we can comfortably say we only have a few sublocations that are not filled, not because we don't have an establishment, but because some of them are also very difficult to fill, like this time. You keep trying to fill, but they keep refusing to be filled. The others are full. And the consequence is that in another 2 years, this country will be as quiet kama maji ya mtungi, this country. That's the meaning of the action you have taken. July, June, these people are recruited. Like I said, 150 have been transited from chiefs and assistant chiefs to become ACCs, and the rest were recruited from the general public. And we agreed, even if we had a very serious shortage of funds, because you know of the reduction of our budget, we must create time and bring these people for induction. And because there were very many, we had 7 cohorts of these people, and each cohort was taking 1 week, being trained here. All the things, I think the Kinausia and his team tried to make the curriculum compact so that there is no element of training for these people that you lack. We know there's an induction, and we know there is still an APTC course, a 3-month course to be done. But we are happy that Public Service Commission is here, so that when we come kneeling, that wacha watu badala ya miezi 3, sisi tufanye ukarabati, hiyo miezi 3 tufanye in 1 month because of budgetary constraints, so that we can open up we can open up their promotion, because until they go for that promotion training, they will not be promoted. We are happy you have accepted. Thank you very much, Chair. The reason I'm saying that, Waziri, is because in the field, since 2015, we have 560 of our ACCs who are yet to undergo that APTC training. And it will be a very serious crisis when these ones find them in the field and they join. There will be a lot of demoralization. The requirement, if we are to go to 3 months, is 400 million. Obviously, under these circumstances, we won't get the 400 million. If you agreed like you have to the reduction, then it means we are cutting that budget by 3. 100 million we can reallocate to Waziri. And therefore, we are committing, because you have accepted, from November, we will actually have, once the police who are the recruits leave the college, we are going to take the 560 for the 1 month training so that they open up for these ones. I know it's your day, Waziri, but let me finish by thanking the people who have participated in this training. Like I've said, we have the National Police Service. Unaona watu vile wameng'ara. I want to tell you one last one, please allow me, that you have done without knowing. Hii kung'ara wameng'ara, hii nguo is made in Kenya, fabricated in Kenya, is Kenyan clothes. Hii nguo yao. And the fabric has been manufactured here and the stitching has been done here in Kenya. That's something you directed and you forgot. But it has actually created so many jobs in this country you won't believe. And unaona, hata hebu simama, si unaona hiyo nguo ikai mbaya, Waziri? It's made in Kenya. Na iko sawa, unaona ACC amekaa imara. Asante. So we want to thank NPS for the help they have done in training these people. Of course, we have had a lot of participation from other institutions, the Public Service Commission, Kenya School of Government, NIS, EACC, and of course, to acknowledge the cadets. I know the week has not been very friendly for day 1, but I'm sure by the time you are doing day 3, you are finding it interesting. Were you? Yes, sir. That's how people cheat their peers. But were you enjoying? Yes, sir. Good. They have confirmed that they were enjoying. I want to take this opportunity to wish you well. I know I will ask for a session that we will have a closed-door discussion with these people, but formally, I want to wish you well as you go to the field. Know that you are coming to a service that is more of a calling. It's an enjoyable thing. I've not been an ACC myself, but by training and induction of the people behind us, kind of we have known that this is a profession that is enjoyable. Please go and be good ambassadors for Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government. I wish you well.